and more here on the Super Morning Show. But now time for the Joy Business Report with Darryl Kwao and the team.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, Finance Minister indicates that Eurobond holders may face nominal haircut of between 30 and 40% as part of the restructuring of external debt. Meanwhile, World Bank set to release $300 million in budget support for Ghana in December following progress made on expected program reforms. Plus, CD expected to weaken for the third week running as demand surges ahead of the Christmas season. Details coming up. My name is Darryl Kwao. Great to be with you this morning, and a big good morning to our friends listening from Koforidua on KTU Radio. First up, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has indicated that Eurobond holders may face a nominal haircut of between 30 and 40% as part of the restructuring of external debt. According to him, coupons may also not exceed 5% with final maturities of not more than 20 years. Updating investors about the state of Ghana's debt restructuring in London, Mr. Ofori-Atta said Ghana has no antipathy towards any financial instrument, ensuring that every investor's position will be respected.
So in our indicative scenario, the restructuring terms for bondholders involve maybe a nominal haircut between 30 and 40%, looking at maybe coupons of no more than 5%, and final maturities of no more than maybe 20 years. The contours of what we are discussing and analyzing.
Thank you, Minister.
We've heard a lot of that in recent weeks. And really, as a country, as a people, we have no antipathy towards any instruments which would ensure that everybody's position is respected.
Meantime, the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, has announced increased financial support for some social intervention programs by government. This move is part of efforts to lessen the impact of the International Monetary Fund program on Ghanaians. He spoke on PM Express Business Edition, which airs this Thursday at 9.
We are really looking at the Youth Start program to see how we can inject much more resources into that to enable a sense of activity and options as to appropriate skills for people and access to financing at cost that at prices that make sense. So that we are looking to do. But we are going to come up with a growth plan with the budget, which will be read sometime in the middle of November. Even when you look at what we are doing with the fund, you can see that with the LEAP program, we have indexed it to make sure that we protect, against inflation, and we are also increasing the number of people that may be eligible to it to make sure that no one is really sort of left behind.
That was Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, and be sure to catch PM Express Business Edition this Thursday at 9 p.m. For the full interview. Now, Ghana is set to receive some $300 million in budget support from the World Bank in December this year. This is what Joy Business has picked up from officials working on Ghana's program. Here's Georgia Afe with more.
As you know, we are working on a budget support operation for $300 million that we expect to be approved before the end of the year to support the economic reform program. We also have a financial sector support operation of $250 million also expected before the end of the fiscal year. As you know, with the domestic debt restructuring, this impacted on the capital adequacy of banks, and we are coming in also to support that as part of the budget.
You're listening to the Joy Business Report. Apologies, that was not George's report. Let's move on to other stories for you. The cedi is expected to weaken for the third week running. This follows rising foreign exchange demand from local corporates and importers ahead of the festive season. Here's more.
The cedi continued to depreciate following limited foreign exchange support from the Bank of Ghana.
This is despite the central bank's $20 million auction to bulk oil distribution companies and $2 million spot market interventions. These, many analysts said, were insufficient to meet the persistent foreign exchange demand. Nonetheless, the rate of depreciation is not alarming. The local currency lost 0.17% in value against the dollar last week, closing at 11 cedis, 84 pesos. It also depreciated by 0.86% against the pound and 0.60% against the euro on the retail market. On the interbank market, the cedi, however, posted a mixed performance.
Good time to head to the currency market for the latest updates. This morning, the dollar going for 11 cedis 85 pesos on the forex or retail market. The pound going for 14 cedis 50 pesos and the euro going for 12 cedis 50 pesos. The Ghana Hotels Association has said it will be heavy on insurance education for its members in its upcoming national executive meeting slated for October 18. According to the association, it is imperative to intensify education on insurance, protect lives and properties during eventualities. This follows the devastating impact of the Akosombo Dam spillage on businesses in the Volta and Eastern regions. Now, Dr. Edward Akanyamike Jr. is president of the Ghana Hotels Association.
Asked a question concerning insurance, and I'm yet to get a good feedback on that, because these are some of the things that we as an industry will have to start looking at with regards to insuring our premises against some of these disasters that may befall us. So we are actually attending our National Executive Council meeting this coming Wednesday in Elmina, and it's one of the major topics that we'll discuss at the meeting and find out ways that we can further assist or support our member hotels who have unfortunately found themselves in this situation.
That was President of the Ghana Hotels Association, Dr. Edward Akanyamike Jr. Now, this morning we have been reporting that Ghana is set to receive some $300 million in budget support from the World Bank in December this year. Thankfully, we have George's report for you. Take a listen.
Sources say this is based on progress made by Ghana when it comes to the proposed reforms from the World Bank aimed at stabilizing the economy as well as its performance under the IMF First Program Review. The disbursement is likely to come in the second week of December 2023. This will happen after the IMF board sits on November 22, 2023 and approve Ghana's second tranche of funds based on its performance under the First Program Review. This will go along with support projects identified the 2023 budget. For government, it will go a long way to help in the resumption of some donor-funded projects that were stalled earlier this year, whilst for the Bank of Ghana, it may provide the needed foreign exchange support when it comes to improving the country's international reserves as well as stabilizing the Ghana cedi. The World Bank is also expected to disburse some $250 million before the end of this year as part of its support for the Ghana Financial Stability Fund.
Georgia Afith there. Now, the U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer, has advised the government to encourage the usage of technology in agribusiness to increase yield and create jobs. According to her, technology can help point out fertile areas as well as correctly predict the weather. Speaking at the signing of a $300 million MOU between the Africa Data Centers and the United States International Development Finance Corporation, Ms. Palmer said technology can be a sure way to check food insecurity.
We have agencies across the U.S. government working to support that. We want to improve access to agricultural and weather data. So USAID is supporting the use of ICT-based tools to help smallholder farmers manage their operations. There's some partnership with Google, an American company, to predict weather and prevent people from being subject to floods, but better able to process crops and avoid damage to harvest loss, that kind of thing. We want to streamline and digitize customs processes and business development services to improve revenue collection for the government of Ghana, reduce losses, and increase investment in high-value agricultural goods.
U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer. On Investor High today, if you suspect an investment arrangement to be a fraud, never go ahead to engage the company. Don't also provide any personal information to suspicious investment companies. Let's take a listen to the head of technical ICT and digital forensic at the Economic and Organized Crime Office, Amankwata.
When someone feels they have received an investment message that could potentially be a scam, there are several steps they can take to protect themselves. 1. Do not respond to the message. Avoid engaging with the sender or providing any personal or financial information. 2. Research about the sender. Look up for the company or individual who sent you the online message. Check for any negative review or report of scam associated with their name. 3. Verify the information. If the message claimed to be from a reputable organization or financial institution, contact them directly through their official line. 4. Watch out for red flags. Be on the look for common signs of investment scam, such as they offering you guarantee of high returns with little to no risk.
That's our Investor High episode for today. Before